What is Cap Cana? Because everybody talks about it, but most people don't actually understand what it is. Is it a resort, a gated community, or something completely different? In this video, I'm going to explain it properly because it's very important, especially if you're considering moving or investing here. Cap Cana is not a hotel. It is not a resort. It is actually a private city in the making. And what's very interesting about it is that it's actually being built based on a master plan. Cap Cana is roughly 22, 21 years old, but there was a master plan that was designed originally back in the day, about 25 years ago, based on which every new section is being developed. So for example, if you're buying a property here, you're not sure what's gonna be in front of your building, or if you have your villa, all you have to do is look at the master plan. You're gonna understand exactly which area is designated for what, which is really important when looking into getting something that will not have an obstructed view per se. Even though there's a master plan, it is a master plan that changes all the time. It is something that I like to call as a live master plan because it does get updated as the community grows and expands, and of course as future phases of Cap Cana do come out. The size that belongs to Cap Cana is 30,000 acres, which is roughly twice the size of a Manhattan. It is a very, very large city in the making. As of right now, out of the 30,000 acres, we probably have roughly 20% of that developed. So there's still a lot of room to grow, and it's still a very, very good moment to get into it now while it's still young, so to speak, because this is a huge city that's going to be very, very popular destination in the Caribbean, and it already is even now. Another important thing to mention is that everything in Cap Cana is structured and privately managed. So anything that needs to be done, new roads, new developments, basically things move much faster than they would do in a governmental public area. So because everything is private and privately managed, everything gets developed very quickly. This is why we see the community grow so much and why there's so much interest and so many eyes on the Caribbean and on Cap Cana in particular. In Cap Cana, there's different residential communities. We have beachfront condos, beachfront villas, golfront condos and villas, residential lots, lakefront lots. There's so many different things to choose from. But most importantly, wherever you are within the community, you have access to amenities of Cap Cana, which are absolutely spectacular, all within one large gated community that is Cap Cana. So we have access to the different golf courses. We have 2 golf courses at the moment, different beaches, 2 beaches you can access for free, 2 beaches that are basically private beaches of hotels you can become members of. We have lakes, water parks, adventure parks, so many different communities and areas within Cap Cana because again, it's such a large community, and just being anywhere within it, you can access these amenities, which just makes it spectacular because everything is within one large gate. For this exact reason, and because of all the future development coming here, including hospitals, including shopping malls, business centers, this is why I call Cap Cana not just a gated community, but rather a city in the making. What is it that makes Cap Cana different compared to other areas, for example, of Punta Cana and the country itself in general? We have an amazing level of planning and infrastructure. So it's very important to mention that we have all the electrical system completely underground. For example, if any storm were to come, we never lose power here because everything is absolutely underground. We have fiber optic internet with higher internet speeds, which of course is important for expats and anybody working from home because you do need that high-speed internet, of course, which is uninterrupted. And of course, we have proper planning of roads and infrastructure in that regard. As of right now, in Cap Cana, there's a new 4-lane main road being built, and it's actually partially open already, which of course is going to relieve a lot of the traffic, especially with all of the new construction that's coming to the area. Cap Cana's electricity, water, and internet is handled by private independent companies, which is also very relevant to the area because there's a separate electricity company that supplies electricity to the entire community of Cap Cana. This company is called Senetur. Then there's a separate water company that also supplies water to the entire Cap Cana community, which is called Aquatur. So again, because of all this independency, it can operate completely independent. And if ever there's a power shortage in the north, in Bavaro and other areas, we are never affected in Cap Cana because again, we have our own independent companies that supply everything to the community. Other important points, the entire community is gated. There's several different gates to enter the community, and if you don't have an access pass, invitation by an owner or by a restaurant or facility you're going to, there's no way you can get in. So it's fully gated, which again ensures the highest level of security within the area itself. Also, you can move around in a golf cart absolutely everywhere. Even though the community is so large, there's golf cart roads specially designated for golf carts, so you can go from point A to point B in the golf cart. The longest golf cart drive you can do here is probably about 30-40 minutes, so it is very, very large. But again, everything is super accessible with a golf cart. Lastly, convenience is definitely an everyday thing in Cap Cana. I always say that people get very spoiled when living in Cap Cana because it goes as far as we actually have food delivery absolutely everywhere here, and you can even get your food delivered to the very beach you're located on. Let's say you're walking on the road and you find a nice spot at the beach, you can call the food delivery and they can bring the food from any restaurant in Cap Cana to wherever you're physically located, which is just spectacular and a huge, huge level of convenience here. As far as lifestyle here goes, there's so many different things to do pretty much on a daily basis. As I was mentioning before, we have 2 golf courses in Cap Cana, one being one of the best golf courses in the Caribbean and Mexico, which is Punta Espada. This is a Jack Nicklaus signature course with 18 holes, and it's a very, very special course because you actually have water views from almost every single hole of the golf course, which is definitely a unique feature of this golf course. We have the second golf course of Las Iguanas, which is currently being built. 12 holes have been completed so far, 6 are still pending to be completed, and this golf course is going to open fully in 2026 this year as well, and it's also a Jack Nicklaus signature course. So we're going to have 2 Jack Nicklaus signature courses. Besides the golf courses, we have the marina in Cap Cana. We have the north side of the marina, which is called Fishing Lodge, where you have a lot of different restaurants, roughly 8 to 9 restaurants here. We have coffee shops, bakeries, beauty salon, barbershop, and again, so many businesses opening up. And this is where you have the most vibrant setting, so to speak, especially at dinner time. This is where it gets the most saturated, and again, the nicest with live music, etc. No, a lot of nice dining and entertainment options. We also do have a casino and a nightclub in Fishing Lodge, which opened in the past year. So again, a lot of the new businesses are coming and opening right here in Fishing Lodge as of right now. And we also have the south side of the marina. In the south side, we also have restaurants, but most importantly, we have beaches. We have the marina beaches in the south of the marina, which are absolutely beautiful. There's even a restaurant with the pool overlooking the Appy Beach, which is one of my favorite beaches in Cap Cana by far. So yeah, a lot of the different amenities, and again, all of these you can access as being an owner or a resident in Cap Cana. There's also different lakes you can access within the community, and more lakes expanding in the future, where you will have access to the freshwater lake, which is very, very clear water and fresh water. And besides that, we also have parks. So there's El Dorado, the water park that opened roughly a year and a half ago. There's Scape Park and Adventure Park. And again, all of these amenities are opening up pretty much every year. There's different things coming. I myself live here, and every 2 to 3 months, there's a new restaurant, there's a new business opening up. This is just, it goes to show how much interest there is and how many people are investing here, hence all the new businesses and all the new areas that are expanding. And guys, lastly, we also have a racket village area of Cap Cana, which is basically the tennis center. We have tennis, paddleball, pickleball, all the popular sports nowadays. There's also a lot of sporting events and sport tourism that Cap Cana does. Every year we do host the ATP Tour, the ATP 175 Challenger, which is a stunning event, and they do such a tremendous job every year. We might even expand to 250 in the near future. And on top of this, of course, we have the Ironman that takes place every year. We have the Christmas boat parade. So different events at different times of the year that you should definitely be aware of, and definitely make sure to check those out when you come visit the area for the first time. There's also the Equestrian Center in Cap Cana. So for the lovers of course, equestrian activities, there's something to do there as well. There's a big polo field. There's a soccer tournament that's held there as well. Again, a lot of these sporting activities in different subsections of the area that kind of makes it complete in general. Depending on, of course, your hobbies and activities, you can definitely have access to those here too. Now let's talk about why Cap Cana is growing so much. As I was mentioning earlier, the level of demand is just absolutely insane here. We have increasing demand every single year. I've been here for 6 years myself. Every year is busier than the previous. But not only related to Cap Cana, it's also a lot in general related to Punta Cana itself, because every year we have record-breaking tourism levels. This past year, we've had almost 12 million visitors. The country itself, the Dominican Republic, has 11 million people living here. So we have more people coming, more visitors than actual people living here, which is absolutely crazy, no? Anywhere else in the world. And these records keep breaking every single year. Because of that, and of course, the level of just how complete Cap Cana is, it just makes it such a unique investment in the Caribbean, and there's no other community that offers everything that Cap Cana does, including tax incentives, which is another thing I'm gonna talk about in my other videos. But again, it just offers such a level of completeness that perhaps you're not able to find elsewhere in the Caribbean, yet at very attractive prices still, because again, we're still at the very early stages of development, even though the community is as big as I mentioned. To put things into perspective a bit more, currently there's over 40 condominium projects being built in Cap Cana. There's over 100 single-family homes in the process of approval and construction as well. Townhouses, duplexes, new lots being released in different subsections in Cap Cana. And also very important to mention is that major hotel chains are coming into Cap Cana as well, besides those that already exist here, such as the Secrets, Hyatt, Sanctuary, Dreams, right? All of those major chains. We also had a St. Regis open up here roughly a year ago, and there's other hotels that are going to be coming and opening their own chains, of course, on the very beachfront lots, on the very few remaining beachfront lots in Cap Cana, right? So all of that does make the area, of course, more visible and does draw even more tourism to it. When it comes to future development of Cap Cana, there's so much that is planned to be built here. Recently, there's been an area that was launched within Cap Cana called Lake District, which actually consists of 12 commercial buildings. I've made a detailed video on that as well. You can check it out over here. But on top of that, besides all, of course, the doctors' clinics, offices, restaurants, bars, in general, businesses coming to the Lake District area, which is going to contribute so much to this being a sustainable community and completely self-sufficient, even more than it already is now. There's also other things planned for the area itself. As I was mentioning in the earlier stage of the video, there's a hospital plan here, there's a shopping mall plan, and again, all of these different independent centers which are going to contribute so much to the area and make it even more, of course, visible and more sustainable and more suitable for somebody living here pretty much year-round. On top of this, there's many more restaurants, services, infrastructure coming to the area, all of which again is going to make this city definitely very livable year-round. And all of that is a part of Cap Cana's vision of becoming a fully independent city within Punta Cana itself. As far as real estate goes in Cap Cana, just so you guys get a general idea of what there is, of course, as I was mentioning, there's villas, beachfront condos, there are golf front condos, villas, lots, so all the kinds of different real estate you can imagine here that you can get into. But as far as pricing here goes, one-bedroom units, one-bedroom condos would start in the high 200,000s, right? 280, 290 roughly. Mid-range two-bedroom condo would start at about 400,000, three-bedroom up to 800,000 roughly. And of course, there's luxury properties that go well into the millions. That's why I say it's a very complete area because there's something for everybody. We have properties starting at 200,000s, and we also have properties going up to $25 million, right? So there's definitely different level of property and different level of luxury for absolutely everybody here. And also something very important is whether it's pre-construction or not. Pre-construction is a very popular product here because it does give you the tax exemption for 15 years, but also a lot of people do not want to wait, years for the property to be built. And of course, you have to pay a bit of a premium if you want something built immediately. But the real opportunities, so to speak, if you want to gain that appreciation, if you wanted to get the tax exemption, would always be pre-construction, and there's some really good opportunities here for that. Guys, that's a wrap on today's video of explaining what Cap Cana actually is. Hope it made a lot of sense to you and now you get a better idea of the area itself. On my channel, I have a playlist called Cap Cana Area Tours where you can basically go into every video and see every single area of Cap Cana in detail, where I showcase every restaurant there is, what there is to do, different subsections, absolutely everything in more detail per area. You can definitely find that on my channel. If you guys would like to receive more information on Cap Cana, on the new things, the new areas, new restaurants that pop up, and of course opportunities that come up in the area, make sure to check the link in the description where you can sign up for my newsletter, because I do send weekly and bi-weekly updates on the area. As always, thank you guys for watching the video. If you would like to see more of these, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.